All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on in. NorCal Sports Network, another show. Yep, we got Golden State Warriors post-game. Game ended, hour plus ago, hour and a half ago. But they're firing up those threes, Rye. There's
39 a night.
Yep. And the Warriors are, hey, it's preseason, but you know what? They're keeping score. And even though the games don't matter, if you're keeping score, you might as well play good enough to win because, but who cares about winning, really? I mean, the key is guys not getting hurt, and you get your rotation set. We had a little close injury tonight. Pods got smacked in the nose by Davis, and he is fine though. No, didn't look like any fracture.
Sportsbook, we're giving all of our new users.
What do you got that? What do you got there? Ooh, what do we got there? We got
Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. What was your thoughts? You probably saw more of the game than I did. I saw the second half. I didn't see the first half.
Yeah, I was just pulling up the box score. That's what was playing, was an ad. Yeah, I saw most of the game. It was pretty good. I was just pulling up how many threes they made, and I think the main thing to take away from the night, because Draymond didn't play, Steph didn't play, so you had a lot of the two
or Wiggins or Wiggins.
Yeah, and Wiggins hasn't played at all yet, so we'll see when Wiggins plays. But
is he? I saw him there tonight. What was announced? What was the issue?
So his issue is basically an illness, is what they're saying. But you really never know.
What the heck? I mean, what kind of illness is? I mean, what? I mean, who has a secret illness?
Yeah, it's always something with Wiggins, and honestly, you can never really know what's going on.
It's like, gosh, it's like crazy. An illness that keeps for a couple of weeks. What is the guy's immune system falling apart? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what's going on. Like I said, you really never know, because I was, last time we were on, I was talking about how with the Olympics, they were saying that, the Warriors didn't let him play, but then it actually came out that he was having some type of ankle issue. It's, I don't really think the team's very forthcoming with what goes on with Wiggins. And if my guess would probably be it's probably more of a mentality thing, and he's probably just not in shape yet. I doubt he's even sick or hurt.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. But there's your box score for the night.
It's pretty weird. So, yeah, from the box score, what I noticed right away, and when I was watching the game, they were getting up a lot of threes. I definitely think, you've been talking about it a lot, but I do think that's the team mentality this season is – I think they know they don't have the talent that other teams have, but I think what they're going to do is what a lot of Olympic teams do is if you're, lacking talent, if you shoot a lot of threes, it doesn't really matter as long as you're getting, over 35%. And I think today we shot about 45. I mean, what was it? I know we were
46%, 18 to 39.
Yeah, exactly. And the last few games, literally every preseason game, they've been just
That's 50. That's 54 points right there.
Right.
That's as good as making 27 of 54.
Right.
Right. I mean,
yeah.
That's the equivalent of making 27 2-point shots. That's why teams, it's kind of almost gotten to like baseball where it's broken down into analytics now. So
yeah, I think the Warriors are going to go a lot harder on it though than even a lot of other teams. I think they're going to almost be like the Celtics, where the Celtics, even though they have a lot of talent.
Yeah, the goal I think is 40 a night, and if you make what is 15 of 40 percentage wise? 37.5%.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they can hit 40 shots and make 16, they're at 40%. That's the goal. I really do. I think that's the goal every night. Make 16 out of 40 shots. And if you can do that, you just put up 48 points, and it's equivalent to making 24 shots. So
Yeah, and I think a few people who stood out to me in the preseason so far is Lindy Waters has looked really good. He's continued to show. I think he's definitely going to make the team. I mean, what he scored at night, he scroll up a little bit more, but just from watching the eye test, I wasn't like,
Waters was
watching him, but
he was plus 22. He had 13 points, 3 of 4 from 3-point range.
yeah, he only missed 1 3. Yeah, he looks great. Honestly, I think he's going to be really good for us off the bench, and I think he's definitely making the team. I know we were talking about that a few days ago. Who's going to make the team and who won't?
Yeah, I mean, I think the issue is going to be who's is there enough minutes? I mean, you got, is there enough minutes to go around? That's going to be the issue, because I don't think he's going to get a ton of playing time. I don't think so either. But I think he'll be good for us, almost like a Damian Lee was in the championship run. Yeah.
If you need him, he'll give you a cool 10 to 12, and he's a good.
The way
Kerr,
unfortunately, the way Kerr does things with his rotations, he'll play a guy that seems to be having a decent game, and he'll play him at the expense of letting somebody like a Moody sit on the bench and doesn't even get off the bench and gets a DNP. And
I think Moody that was the other person. I know he didn't shoot that well tonight, but his overall effort was really good, and I really would like to see him get a lot of those Clay minutes. I think he can put up a lot of what Clay was doing.
Yeah.
I like Moody.
I love Moody. Yeah. Daniel Berry Highlights says, hey, Daniel. Can't have those Dodgers win, though, Daniel. Can't have it. I saw your comment. Can't have that. Chardal, can you send me the link? And producer Ryan, because he's down in the dumps with his Dodgers, he needs a little comedy tonight. So he sent out the link for Chardal to come on in.
Chardal, we'll let you on at some point before the end of the show. You can hop in the green room, maybe like with the last 5 minutes. We'll let you on here.
Yeah, I'm getting tired too. So this is gonna be a quick show because I'm wiped out today.
We got here. Thanks, Chardal, for the super chat. I'm going to the Warriors home opener on 10/27. Well, that's good.
Nice. Now they open up in
Chardal.
Yeah, they open up in Portland.
So you're going to Portland?
And then
he's going to the home opener right here.
Yeah, then they go to Utah on the 25th. On Sunday, the 27th, they take on the Clippers at 5:30. And Chardal will be there, courtside live with Bob Fitzgerald and Sabuki. How do you say his name?
I don't know how to say either.
Yeah.
He's good, though. I like him. Good combo.
I like him. He's also married to a Filipino like me.
Yeah, Bob can be a little homerish sometimes, but he's
Bob.
good.
Bob can be a homer. Yeah, he can be.
But he's good because he's like the right level of homer, where he is a homer until the game is over, and then once the game is over, he'll check the team. You know what I mean? Or like they did this and that wrong.
Warriors need to get off. Yeah.
To a hot start. So he was talking about that tonight. That's a good point. He was. Yeah, he was saying we really need to win the first 2 games, and if we can go on a little run at the beginning of the season, the West is so bunched up. If we make a,
you'd like to see the Warriors be like 4-1 somehow. They got 3 home games in a row. They got the Pelicans back to back, and then you'd like to see them be able to. And then they go to Houston. Houston's going to be better. but those are the type of games that are winnable. You gotta string together wins while you can. You don't want to get behind the 8 ball, so to speak, at the start of the season and be 2-5. You gotta, because the West is loaded and you're not good enough to come back.
We need to do what we did in 2022. Obviously, we're not going to do this, but we started out the season like 20-2 without Clay. And obviously, we don't have Clay right now, and I don't expect that to be as high as we'll start off. Steph's a little older, Evan's a little older, but if we can start off the season like 16-6, that would be great. And then it gives you a good cushion, because you gotta keep in mind, it kind of reminds me of with some other teams are like this too, but we're like the Lakers and the Clippers and some other teams in the West, but we're really one injury away, Draymond or Steph, from like
Lotto
being way below 500.
Way lotto. Yeah, you're going to be shooting for the you're going to have the 14% chance of the number 1 pick. Hey 49er Media, good to see you in here. He says, I wouldn't mind if we start Moody. Neither would I. I like Moody. I think Moody, DeAnthony Melton, they're kind of similar. Then you got, Peyton doesn't give you as much offense, gives you defense. I like Moody. Moody and Melton seem kind of interchangeable. Don't they?
I think Melton's better.
Yeah, he's better. Yeah, but they're very similar.
Yeah, similar players. I think Melton's a little more consistent. You know what you're going to get from Melton, but I think Moody has more upside. So I think Moody needs to play. I'd like to see, if like my starting rotation would be, Steph, Draymond. Those are no matter what, need to play. And then I would go
Azubuike. There he is. Chardal, come on in. Tell us about Azubuike. Come on in, Chardal. The link is out there. It's your show.
Chardal. Looks like a new watcher. He says Kerr better start TJD and Moody this season. If they come off the bench this year, it's going to stunt their growth even further. Yeah, I think especially with Moody, because TJD. Keep in mind, this is only his second year, so if
he's great at blocking shots and timing his leaps down there for I like him. He's got to stay out of foul trouble because they don't have much. He's a defensive stopper. He's a rim protector. They don't have anybody. He's the only rim protector they have on the team. Period. They have none other than him, and they need another one. I don't know why they can't find another rim protector.
Right. Well, I think it's Steve Kerr has an aversion to guards. I think is a big thing, and I think the other issue is that, I think there's not that many great big men that would really fit Steve Kerr's system. He wants someone who can pass and shoot, or is like a Draymond type of player who can do all the other little things. And to be honest, there's not that many guys like that in the league. And the guys that are like that get paid a lot. And we're, I don't know. Someone I would like to see us maybe go for at the trade deadline, who I don't think would cost you too much, is like a Nikola Vucevic, a DeAndre Ayton. You had mentioned him the other day. Something like that. Someone who's bigger. I think Vucevic would fit the system better because he can shoot outside.
Yeah,
Ayton would be. I think if Ayton was on our team, I know DeAndre Ayton's problem is he doesn't put in that much effort, and people call him soft. But if he was on the Warriors with Draymond Green and a lot of these really high motivators,
I think the salary cap's kind of more. I think the cap messes it up his numbers because I'm certainly not giving up Kuminga.
You could get rid of Wiggins. No, you get rid of. You could make it happen with like a Wiggins and a Payton or a Wiggins and a Looney. I would give Wiggins and Looney up for that because he's basically taking up. And I think he's better than Wiggins at this point. Wiggins looks washed. Aiden's a lot younger too, so maybe you get something out of Aiden.
All right, let's bring in the man of the hour.
All right, Chardal.
Chardal
says.
All right, are you ready, Chardal?
Hey, Dan, how you guys doing tonight?
Hey, good, Chardal, man. What you doing?
You can't. Is my audio good, or do you have to turn my mic up?
You
can turn it up.
You sound like you're in a tunnel a little bit.
Dan, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's going in and out. It's like it's hollow.
How you guys? Can I come back in? Fix my mic and come back in.
Sure.
Yeah,
why
we'll take you out here. We're gonna.
Chardal, I want to ask you a question before you leave. You ready?
I'm ready.
Why do you always come in and your mic's not ready? Why
I don't know. It
get it
works sometimes.
Okay, come back in when you're ready.
Okay.
Chardell, we're gonna be done in. What? You kicked him out of the show.
I didn't. He left the studio.
All right, Chardell, you have about 6 minutes to rejoin. But yeah, I think what'll be good for the season is, I think we definitely need to play some guys, and I think what would be good for us this season is to get rid of some of this depth. I think we kind of have, Lou mentioned this the other day. You and I haven't talked about it much, but I think we have too many decent or like a little above average players. So, I'll call that Moody. I think Pajemski is in that group. Gary Payton's in that group. Melton's in that group. You have Kyle Anderson's in that group. Who else?
What you have to do with this team?
You got about five. Yeah, about five. I could consider Kuminga, Draymond, and Steph to be way above those guys. But you have a lot of people kind of grouped in the same.
Right.
Thing.
The team is going to have to be built on cohesiveness, on team play, ball movement, and smarts. It's going to have to play defensively very well to win games. They're going to have to communicate well. They're going to have to – what Kerr's basically going to have to do is you got enough guys that are all bunched together that if they're not hustling, they're not going to play. So guys that, because look, we just mentioned 5 guys that are pretty much interchangeable, right? So the guys are going to have to win by outplaying, out-hustling teams, wanting it more. And if you're playing hard and then you get your chance, you're going to have someone else that's just going to go out there and play just as hard. And that's how they're going to win games, is they're not going to win games on just straight talent. They're going to win games because they're out hustling teams and they're playing very, very tenacious defense where guys are not letting up. And frankly, they have enough depth to guys to go hard for 5 minutes and then give them a breather and bring in a fresh new group, almost like a hockey line shift. They need to have guys stay fresh.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I still think the main issue is that we don't have a second scorer, so I can still, even though we can do that with a lot of people, I still think we need to maybe move off some of this depth.
Your second scorer is going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be Kuminga and it's going to be Buddy Hield. Those are going to be your guys that are going to be able to. Buddy Hield is going to get enough minutes when he's in there to probably shoot 7-8 threes a night. And if he can hit 5, 4 or 5, and find the bucket somewhere else, Buddy Hield could give you 12 to 15 a night. And Kuminga's going to have to give you 20, 18 to 20, minimum 18. And, those are going to be your scorers. And Wiggins, when he plays, he's going to have to give you close to 18.
Right.
So we'll see where it's going. Chardal, I don't know what happened to you, but the clock's ticking.
You got 5 minutes, Chardal. 5 minutes left.
Well, the show is going to be over here, Chardal, by about 9:55. Okay, that's about 5 minutes. So
yeah, let's go through some of these comments real quick. So Mark says Aiden is a stiff. I think he's not the best, Mark, but like I said, he's a big guy. I think he can actually provide some rim protection. And I think if Draymond's in his ear, maybe you get a bounce back season like you did with Wiggins. And I don't think DeAndre Ayton has as many personal things going on in his life as Wiggins. It's